What's up? Welcome to Magnum Farms YouTube channel. This is Ben Bazooka. I'm here with Peter Pistol, and we're going to do a P80 review today. In this video today, we're going to be going over the Polymer 80 review. We're going to break it down into three different sections. Section 1, we're going to be talking about why you would want to build versus buy and kind of our thought process behind it. Part 2, we're going to be going over the custom parts we wanted. And in Part 3, we're going to be going over how the process went, any recommendations for somebody who's on the fence about coming onto a project like this. The reason I decided to build versus buy is because I was 20 at the time, and I'm not going to be a pain in the ass and make my parents go buy me a gun. So I literally ordered all the parts straight to my house. This is obviously an 80% frame. Did all the finishing work on it myself, and just put it together. I did run into some hiccups. We'll get into that later on in the video. But what the hell was I going to say? Oh, all right. Here we go. Another reason, financially, it doesn't really make sense if you just want a cheap pistol. Like, Glocks aren't like ARs where you could build anything cheaper than you could buy them. But if you want a custom Glock, it is a lot cheaper to buy versus build. Let's say a factory Glock, get a threaded barrel, that's $150. Night sights, about the same. Trigger, that's the same, in the ballpark. Undercut the trigger guard, get the grip textured. Slide mill cut, it's probably going to be pushing $1,000, if not more. So I was able to save a couple $100 doing it myself. Third reason, I'm under the thought process that I don't want anybody knowing what I have. And here in Pennsylvania, we have a state handgun database where all transfers are kept record by the state police. So me being the patriot I am, just did it myself with no serial number on it, and it's 100% legal federally and in this state. Absolutely. The reason I did mine, he did his first, and then I like the whole like thing about the P80s not having a serial number. I think that's pretty cool. Being able to customize it completely, that was a big reason why I wanted to do it, because I wanted to make a pretty badass gun. Yeah, I mean, I love this thing. It looks really good. I think it looks better than factory Glocks. It looks a lot better than factory Glocks, and some people do say they run better than factory Glocks whenever they're broken in. But I have no complaints. I ran into a couple hiccups too. Like he said, we'll get into that later in the video. All right, so in this next part, we're gonna walk you through like the specific parts that we put in these things. So me, I got the FDE version, Glock 17 frame of the P80 frame, and then I got a Brownells. I believe it was, I don't want to say it was burnt bronze, but it was bronze, and it looks really good. It looks like the FN. What the hell is that FN called?
509 Tactical.
I think that's it, and it looks almost just the same colorway as that. But I got that Brownell slide RMR cut. It's got the slide cut too, and then underneath I got the Faxon threaded barrel for Glock 17s, obviously 9mm. The first one they sent me was dog shit. It had all kinds of like machine marks on it. It wasn't like a real good finish, so I sent that back. I believe it was Brownells. They sent me a new one. That one came in. It was good. What else I got in here? I got a, what's that? Apex.
Yeah, it's Apex.
Apex trigger in this. Trigicon suppressor night sights, so they're elevated. So if you put a can on this, you'll be able to see over your suppressor. Some people say you can't see over them. Who knows? But yeah, that's about it with this. And then the parts inside are factory Glock Gen 3 parts for Glock 17. And I figured just there's aftermarket brands and shit who are like custom, I guess you could say they're like custom brands who make like better stuff. But I just wanted to go with the Glock parts because it's supposed to be like a Glock frame. So Glock parts, Glock frame. Feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I got the OD green frame just because it was on sale and it was what was in stock, because I'm a cheap ass. I ordered the Brownells Glock 19 L slide, which it's a 17 length on a 19 frame. Just by chance, I honestly had no clue till it got to my house, and I just rolled with it. I haven't really looked back. Obviously got a threaded barrel and suppressor height night sights because, you know, we're all going to get suppressors eventually. Actually, I'm going to put in my Form 4 after we're getting done filming this video. Getting a Silencer Co hybrid, so the can will be a little bit too big to actually be able to utilize the suppressor height night sights, but it's all right. They still look good as it is. I got the Apex trigger just because I wanted a smooth pull. Like I said earlier, I got the window mill on the slide because that's like leaving a plastic handguard on an AR nowadays. You know, it just has a cool factor to it. Other than that, one of the problems I ran into was the included slide stop lever. The spring on it was too short, and every once in a while it would get loose, and it would just lock the slide back just whenever it kind of felt like it. So I had to go to glockstore.com and order the extended slide stop lever. $20 part, not a bad deal. And since then, it's been running really well. The only malfunctions I've had is just trying to do mag dumps and limp wrist in the gun within the past like 900 rounds.
All right, so for this next part, we're going to talk about some of the issues we ran into and then how we fix those issues. When I first got this, the first 50 rounds I shot to this, barely any of them cycled. They wouldn't eject. The next round wouldn't feed. I'd get jams. So what I did is I came home, I locked the slide back, left it like that for 3-4 days. I'd continue to rack it all the time just to break it in, and then the next I shot another 150 rounds in flawless. I had no issues at all. And then I just shot another 100 rounds through it the other day, and it was perfect, no issues at all. So once it got broken in, ran perfect. I've done mag dumps with it. I've had no issues. So I've been lucky, I should say, I guess.
Yeah, I had a little bit more of a troublesome experience. Started off same problems as Frank Weapon. Slide would move probably about to yay far back.
Let's go.
At first, first thing I did was went straight to YouTube, looked up the problem. Everybody's saying the rails are out of spec. So I got new rails, and it made sense to me because the first time I racked the slide, I shaved off a piece of metal, so I just figured that's what it was. New rails didn't do anything. Polymer 80 is great customer service. They helped me out every bit of the way. And then, just didn't fix the problem, so I did more searching on YouTube. And then I discovered a guy had a similar problem to me. The factory Glock 18-pound recoil spring was too much for it, and he got a reduced recoil spring, and that seemed to take care of it. At the time, I started making my own hand loads, so I was having the problems with 115 grain, just plinking ammo. I made some hot enough 124 grain ammo and shot a lot of that, and it seems to have broken it in. I haven't tried to shoot much 115 out of it, but that's basically how I solved the problem. It runs flawlessly with 124 grain. Cost me 13 cents a pop to hand load myself, so it's not really a bad deal at all.
I would definitely say for people looking to do polymer 80s, I would 100% recommend it because it's pretty cool. You get to customize your whole gun, and you go through the process of dealing with running into those issues and then getting to fix it, and it's kind of satisfying at the same time.
Satisfying, and you know your weapon inside and out.
Right.
Plus, the tools to complete one of these builds is pretty reasonable. Like, I got a universal sight pusher,
Couple punches,
for $40 on Amazon. Couple punches, you get those at Walmart for like $10. Honestly, you don't even need like a Dremel. I just bought a cheap Dremel sanding bit at Home Depot and chucked it up in my drill. Now, is that, textbook? No, but it got the job done. I mean, if we were going textbook, we probably just would have bought Glocks in the first place. It's like a piece of art, right? You get to put your own personal twist on it, and mine is doing it as cheaply as humanly possible. But worked out in the end. You can see I butchered my frame a little bit right here. And if we can't get it on camera, we'll zoom in on it.
You can bring it up after.
Yeah. But like I said, I butchered my frame pretty good, but it happens. It has no effect on the functionality of the weapon. So
that's a wrap. Thanks for watching our video. Magnum Firearms on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at Magnum Firearms. There's more content to come, more videos. Give us a follow. Like our pictures on Instagram. See you guys again.
Hey yo, light up. It's a gummy beat.
Now she wanna go to Catalina, cause she see the Rap Simmons on my sneakers. She say, Ozzy, wanna be your mama cedar. Sit them down, I'm sitting in a fucking two-seater, feeling Guida. Fuck it up.